Do I need to put any headphones on?
You don't have to, no.
Because I don't want to mess up my frosted tips. It's
okay.
very important for the kids at home.
I thought that you were going to be a big headphones guy because it's been in the media.
I definitely will.
But how's your hearing right now?
It's okay.
Okay.
You did a deep dive, didn't you?
Well, it just came up right away on the Google search. Like, I was like, okay, he's struggled with that.
You know, when you're on a red carpet and the dumbest thing you ever do is someone goes, hey, Mark, you're gonna go, hey, dude, 25 years of rock and roll, I can't hear anymore.
Yeah.
And they go, oh, he was going deaf, but I was kind of just kidding. And then it became a thing. And then I was like, it was on like Daily Mail. Mark Mark's going deaf. And I just feel so, that's the story of my life. Like when I'm going viral, it's for a weird backwards reverse reason. Happened on Cameo, the Sugar Gay thing, which we could talk about.
Right.
And the going deaf thing.
Right.
Spending 30 years in rock and roll with like cymbals behind me has definitely taken toll on my hearing. But
it has to.
Yeah, no more than the average guy.
Okay.
And no one needs in-ears more than me as a performer, but I can't stand them on stage.
Really?
I just feel like I'm underwater or like I'm not in the environment.
It fucks up the whole experience?
Like 2 fingers in your ear. Like just do that and go, it just feels weird.
But what I think that you probably do that I can't imagine doing is when you're talking on TV, but then as you're speaking, you also have somebody talking to you in the earpiece. Do you have to deal with that?
I've dealt with that. And, you know, that's when you're doing, especially when you're doing a live thing.
Yeah. And
there's someone going, all right, Mark, and then when you're coming up next, you're going to take it to a break. And you're literally having a conversation like we're having now.
Right.
And so he has 3 voices in your head and you're trying to like, you know, direct traffic. That gets a little gnarly for sure.
That's a lot of multitasking.
Yes, that's for sure. The live thing, though, like Ryan Seacrest, I don't care how you feel about him, man. He's the best in the world at doing that.
Right.
Never seen him make a mistake on American Idol in, 30 seasons of live TV. So,
really?
Yeah, I would, the in-ears are not my friend, but no one needs them more than me because I've had an on-off relationship with Key my whole life. I'm not the best singer in the world, so I'm trying to tell you that I'm 22.
Okay, but see, that's interesting that you say that, as long as we're just going in the most random direction ever to start this, which I'm so down for.
I'm frosted tips, okay? We're going all over the place.
But, okay. You being in the TV world, you're doing a lot of the stuff that people who watch this shit at home take for granted. I guarantee that very few people who watch TV have ever like really given a lot of thought to like, wow, Ryan Seacrest is an amazing talent because he can really hold things together on a live level, to which like that is one of the hardest things when we think about how hard even doing a live podcast is.
Absolutely.
But then like, you know, you've got a bunch of different guys to bounce off and everything like that. Like hosting American Idol, that shit must be insane.
And the traffic you're directing, Adam, you know what I mean? Like, okay, go into a break in 10 seconds. You got to fill 10 seconds. You got to make it look supernatural. Then you got to throw it to someone else. And then there's a live band playing. I mean, what he's doing is being a traffic director, which is so hard to do and look comfortable. And he does it really well. No matter how you feel about him, he's one of the best in the business at doing it. And you're really good at it too.
I don't know if I can handle that kind of
first
thing.
of all, Adam, thanks for having me.
No,
this is a complete
huge honor because I've always kind of had the sense that you were somewhat of a expert on music and rock and roll in particular. And then somehow I end up on Wikipedia. I realize you've actually won, what was it, the Jeopardy rock and roll trivia series 3 times in a row or something like that?
I don't like to brag about it, but it's a 3-time rock and roll Jeopardy champion. And it's so crazy because I did that like in the early 90s and stuff. And you know, Sugar Ray came out, and I was talking to a couple of your employees here that were really cool that understand, like the old Sugar Ray kind of came almost from like a hardcore background.
Right.
You know, we're more like a punk rock, if you will, type band. So it was a heavier energy. But so when Fly hit, it was like, oh, look at these little one-hit wonder, like almost manufactured band. And I understand that. Fly was the anomaly on the record that it was. You know, it was kind of a visual thing. And so people were quick to point out, thanks for playing Sugar Ray. You're going to be on the One-Hit Wonder cruise ship with Kaja Gugu and Chumbawamba. Enjoy it the rest of your life. And by the way, if that was it, that would have been amazing.
Right.
Because every band out there would die to be a one-hit wonder.
Totally.
But once you get there, bro, you're like, oh, God, how do I get out of here?
I got to keep this going.
I'm so grateful to be here. No, but how do I keep it going?
Hit? Yeah, okay.
Because success is the second hardest thing in the world.
Right.
Staying there is the hardest thing. You know, you can get a little viral hit and little thing, you know, you get a little pump here, you get a little Skinny-From-the9 here, and then the next thing you know, you have to stay there. It's a long life.
Right.
And if you're lucky enough to do this for a long time, it's a blessing. So when Fly hit, people were quick to say they're not a real band, blah, blah, blah. And then I did those Rock and Roll Jeopardy. It was the VH1 Rock and Roll Jeopardy programs, and Jeff Probst, the host of Survivor, was hosting it at the time, and I just slaughtered, dude. I just killed it. You know, some of the categories were like Duran Duran. I'm like, oh, I'm going to murder this. Elvis Costello, you know, early hip hop.